welcome back to the XP Report.
Ah, yes. If this is your first time here, we're a podcast about game news, all games news, spanning digital and analog. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back after so long.
Yeah, it's been a while. This will be less news and more recap of 600 games that came out.
Yeah.
What you have missed since we last did things. So for me, you probably know that I ran two things, Scalebound and A Few Dragons, and now they're one, and I have less oversight, less things to manage.
Huzzah.
So everything's under A Few Dragons for me now, which is really awesome. So what is that? Highwinds, Sacred Acorn recently announced Unqualified, recently announced Luminous Jigsaw Puzzles. So I'll let you go through your news, then I'll talk about those two games, I reckon.
Yeah. For me, personally, 2026 has become the year of the RPG/JRPG for me. We've gotten through, 7 or 8 games so far.
You got through some big ones as well.
Yeah, I mean, we played Crimson Desert, and I think I clocked 160 hours on that.
I think you played that one a bit too long, personally.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, once
I get it's a good game.
Yeah, and once I got to the point where I was searching for the things that I hadn't done yet, then we decided it was time to go. I was kind of like veering off here and there while not having completed the main story, like biding my time. But yeah, once it became a task to even find something to do, we were moving on. But yeah, it's been good so far. We just completed, we're in June now. We just completed our St. Jude Play Live Challenge season, which is April/May every year, but it's officially throughout May. We raised over $2,600 this year and totaled over $23,000 lifetime, which has been great.
What's that total over? Like how many years?
Since 2019, so 7 years.
7. You said 2019. I'm like 5 years. No,
no.
Passage of time.
And
no, that's really good though. Like,
yeah,
not to. I don't want to sound arsehole-ish about this, but like your channel for how much you raise, like that size to what you raise is pretty impressive.
I mean, yeah, I average anywhere between, I'd say on a good month, 22 to 25 viewers. On a bad month, we get like 11, 13 viewers on average on Twitch specifically. So taking that average into consideration, I'm pretty darn proud of that.
No, like that's per average viewer, that's almost $100, like literally per viewer each year, which is pretty good.
I'm very proud of it. I think we have a good, loyal little community that we're constantly building because I play so many different things. I'm churning a lot of viewership, so it comes with the territory. But yeah, back to your games that are coming.
Oh, what are you? You're working on game industry stuff.
Oh yeah. I was just I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm working on retailering my resume, and I was rebuilding my LinkedIn profile because I didn't even realize people still use LinkedIn, but apparently it's huge.
So they didn't. Business was done on Twitter. Then Twitter was just like, we're going to make this the worst platform to do business on, and game industry folks like, we need to go somewhere. Some of them went to like Tumblr, some went to Blue Sky, but a lot of the actual people at studios and professionals now use LinkedIn. I don't think that's a want. Yeah. I think that's we need somewhere to be able to, you need somewhere to reliably log on, search a name, and message them. Whereas Blue Sky have now blocked messaging if you don't upload an ID. I know a bunch of others have.
Oh,
so it's just that. It's
okay.
You can't. I understand they're getting forced by governments and stuff, but it's also there's just going to be so many people that aren't going to use that platform, and if a bunch of people aren't using the platform, it becomes useless for everyone.
Well, yeah, so I've been working on retailering my resume to be a little more appealing to the gaming industry because I do want to be in this space in some capacity, and I don't make a living. It
seems like the spot for you. So. I really hope something good comes.
Yeah, I'm going to start really, really working harder to try to land something because it's been more of a side thought, and now it needs to become more of a main thought. So that's where I'm going to be going for the rest of the year, just kind of feeling some things out, seeing if there are any opportunities to work with some
Have you
companies,
got,
even on a contract basis.
Did you get any of the recording or anything from DreamHack when you worked for us?
I do have recordings. I have them on a hard drive. I unloaded my phone just recently, so I have all of that stuff on a hard drive. Yeah.
Just because that might be good for like if you can put like a portfolio together of like things you've done for
I should
some
put
studios.
photos and videos up. Yeah, I should do that for sure.
Like, because you're going for a social, not social, but like you're going for marketing-esque type of stuff where they're going to like, oh, what have you done before?
Yeah, like some
And
PR
like the stream
related
stuff is
and,
good, but you have like actual hands-on experience.
yeah, for sure. I will. I actually want you. This is totally off topic. I want you to look at the LinkedIn stuff and because I want to reference you guys and whatnot. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right.
That sounds fun. Yeah. Well, speaking of us, so we just it'll be when this episode comes out. It'll be like the yesterday. It's tomorrow for me now. We'll be releasing the demo for Luminous Jigsaw Puzzles, which is something I've been working on with a local artist. So it's all actual hand drawn art. He makes art. He makes art for puzzles, like physical puzzles. Anyway, he's just like, let's make a digital game, because he was sick of seeing digital game. Like, there's a bunch of puzzle games that are just gone full. We're just AI generating images right now, and some of them feel pretty clunky. Like, I don't know how you make a game that has very little going. Not to shit on our own thing or puzzle games in general, but like, compared to like fully 3D simulated environments, like it's a few sprites being put together, like they shouldn't feel clunky, but some of the ones are like played by thousands of people. Like, I'm like, how are these not feeling better? So we're aiming for something that just feels really smooth and easy to play.
Well, from what I've experienced, it is very smooth. I didn't feel any jank even in the early test that I did for you. So
yeah, it's only going to get better. So specifically if you like fantasy type of art, dragons, wizards and all that, you'll like the content that goes into Luminous Jigsaw Puzzles. Our next really big thing, anyone that knows us would have heard me yelling from the rooftops. Unqualified. It's our qual murder mystery, like a whodunit, where you play in an Australian town, bunch of Australian wildlife for all the characters, night in the woods type of vibe. We were just in one of the partner events for Summer Games Showcase, which was Frosty Fest, and that did really well for us. In context, we have gotten about almost between 1/3 and 50% of the wish lists that Sacred Acorn, our other title, made in a week. So the first week we did what that game did in almost 2.5 years, which is just insane. And the power of showcases. Showcases
are powerful. And
Speaking
you guys had a wonderful trailer for it too, so you did a lot of that.
That was all Lauren. I think that was all Lauren. I don't think I had anything to do with the trailer besides she showed it to me and Viv and was like, hey, because it was one of those things that like she did an amazing job, but she had worked on it too long. She's like, I need someone else to look at this type of thing.
Oh yeah, you start getting imposter syndrome, and now you're.
I don't even know if it's imposter syndrome. Like I've done the same thing with some Highwind stuff recently, where I've played this trailer so many times, like scrubbing through and just altering things. I'm like, I can't tell if like this or that is what it should be anymore, and you just need someone else to tell you like, oh, that part didn't make sense, and you're like, okay.
Well, I thought it was incredible. So, like I said, I think not only the showcase did it justice, but the work put into it definitely showed. It looked great.
Today I was working on it. We were adding background chatter to the characters, so as you're walking past, they let speech bubbles pop up, and I was just effing around. There's two guys talking in a bar, and I like the humor that we'll be able to put in the game, because I was doing things like having two guys talk about their friend Tony at work, and just like, oh, what the hell happened to Tony? He's like, oh, I got attacked by drop bears, and like just stuff like that.
Nice.
And it will be because we were much more serious with the SeikaiCon, and like not serious like it was a serious game, but like it had that like heroic overtone.
I get that. Yeah, having played it multiple times, there were lighthearted parts, but yeah, for the most part, it felt like you were on a
It
mission.
wasn't a comedy. That's what
Yeah,
we're getting at.
yeah.
But that's enough about A Few Dragons. We've got so many games to talk about for Summer Games Fest.
We really do.
I guess let's just start. What did you think of it overall? Like,
It was a lot.
Just to preface before we start, when we say summer, we're going to talk about everything: Summer Games Fest official plus all the partner events. I am going to get lost in which game was part of which event. I think there was 10 or 11 partner showcases alongside the official.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there were so. Hold on, Summer Games.
So where I'm just going to say Summer Games Fest, and it includes everything. And please don't yell at me.
How many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different showcases.
Okay, so 11, like, I thought I was being a bit overbearing with 11, but I was underbaked.
Oh, speaking of, I didn't even think about the Nintendo Direct. I got to put a couple more things on here. Okay, so go ahead.
All right. I will say what I thought of it. I thought it was pretty good. My highlight notes are: I am so happy there was basically no, there was no sports, like here's FIFA something something, here's baseball insert year number. Like, I don't think any of those need to take up time in a showcase, so I'm glad they didn't. And
I agree.
I'm really glad we didn't have a massive live service push. And I think that's because less people are working on live service. It's not getting the money that all those studios thought it was going to. Because the problem was, if they all work on live service games, then they're all competing, like, because one person can only realistically have 1 or 2 live service games on the rotation at once. Right. It's not like a God of War where you're like, I bought and finished God of War. It took me 2-3 weeks, whatever, and now I can move on to the next thing. Like, that's not what your Destinies and your what's the other one? Insert any live service game.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, you got Destiny, Division. There's so many.
So the lack of all that stuff, I was very, very happy with it. At the cost of, there were so many things I'm like, I'd probably give that a go. I'm like, don't have time to give all that a go.
Yeah, you got to be.
Even you, like you who, like your job is playing games. I don't think you have enough time to go through all the stuff.
No, I've been talking about tacking on more hours to the streams because like there's not enough time in the day. Not if I want to sleep.
Well, yeah, and I guess like is that something that you, with how many games are coming out? You as a streamer, other people as streamers, you're playing pretty long games though, so this might be just different. But do you need to think about being less of a completionist for entertainment purposes?
Not for entertainment purposes. I just think for if I want to tackle games as they're coming out, as well as hitting a backlog of games, I do need to kind of think about streamlining instead of being super distracted when I play.
Yeah,
because like again, like Crimson Desert taking me Crimson Desert specifically taking me 160 hours to get 70.
Well, you're going to play through all the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, reshape,
Yeah. I had only played Remake. I had never started Rebirth, and them announcing Revelation coming out in the spring of next year, that's going to be a huge undertaking. Remake is not that long. For those that have played Final Fantasy 7, you know, you only get to the end of Midgar in 7 Remake, but then I guess Rebirth.
You could be making up words at this point to me, and I have to believe you.
Yeah. Well, I guess 7 Rebirth, like hundreds of hours of potential gameplay. If you want 100% the game, multiple hundreds of hours. So we'll have to be picky. I'll basically play it until Revelation comes out, and that'll be that.
Yeah, well, be picky, but also like I think not just you. I've seen a lot of people that like get very much like, especially people who I've seen play Hollow Knight, and I guess like that's just the or Hollow Knight or Silksong. It's just like gotta get like that 112% like. But by doing that, how many other games are you sacrificing?
Well, I guess you gotta put the weight on how you feel about the game then, because like Silksong,
Yeah, that's true.
I loved Silksong, and Hollow Knight specifically. They were incredible games. I think they deserved that attention for sure. They earned it. Um,
But
and
definitely
I
not
think
every game does.
oh no, not even close. I mean specifically like um, what? Oh, like Super Paper Mario. I played that this year. I didn't have any desire to do any 100%ing in that game.
That's that's
Um,
fair. I forgot you played that.
yeah, and like we're finishing up Octopath Traveler 2. I have a bunch of side quests that the game wants me to do, but like they don't give you any context as to what's needed. Someone's speaking to me in another language that nobody knows, and they just gotta use clues, and I don't have any interest in that. I want to get the true ending, which we beat the final boss last night. And then I'm gonna do the epilogue, and then we're gonna move on. So I was gonna say something. I had it prepped, but you were talking and now I forgot it. But basically, yeah, it's like I think on a game to game basis. Oh, I was gonna say, I have a wheel, and people are allowed to influence that wheel. So I also feel like I have an obligation to give each game proper attention too.
That's
Uh,
true. You are playing
so
what your audience literally wants.
yeah, so like Shin Megami Tensei, it had a lot of influence from a buddy of mine, Lord Bramir. He was so ecstatic about it. I felt like I owed it to him, and I enjoyed the game. If I'm not enjoying the game, then that's a whole other ball game. But I haven't run into that yet. So anyway, uh, yeah, veering off a little bit. I do think it's on a game by game basis, and with how many games are out and coming out, it's just up to you to determine, do I want to play a bunch of games or do I want to play certain games to their fullest?
Yep, that is fair. And
It's a
on
lot.
that sort of similar note, what was your thoughts of the showcases themselves? Like, I think there's a massive difference in quality between
Yeah.
like Summer Games Fest was Summer Games Fest. It was the highest produced for obvious
Oh,
reasons.
absolutely.
Um,
uh I watched Summer Games Fest. We watched the Frosty Games Fest. I didn't watch Xbox Game Showcase. I didn't watch PC Gaming Show. I didn't watch the PlayStation State of Play. I just looked at recaps, so I don't know how well they were presented. Um, but I knew what to expect from those. I was really excited about Summer Games Fest because I am a Jeff Keighley fan. I think he's great. And then obviously Frosty Games Fest.
is alright.
I mean, I think he's
He's
brought a new.
doing a lot for the industry that
Yes,
got the ball was dropped by other people.
yes.
Um, at the same time, man, that guy loves talking to famous people and will
Oh,
do anything.
he's soaking it up. He's getting these opportunities
I've
that.
not seen someone so starstruck all the time. He's like, oh, who can I get next?
Yeah, no, you can tell how excited he is about all that stuff. And I mean, good for him. He took up the mantle, like you said, where people had dropped the ball. So and then like Frosty Games Fest, we had just talked about it. Like Australia, New Zealand came out swinging. A lot of really good games coming out.
So I think all the games, very fantastic. Minus like between each showcase, there are a few. There are things that I didn't like because that's just not the genre for me. But I wasn't like, oh, this is like this is terrible. Why'd they put it in the showcase? It was just like, that's not for me. But there was like a bunch where I was like, Ronnie would like that. But I'm not like not for me, not for my family, not for
I mean, I saw the same
what we're
thing,
going to spend
and I
time.
felt that way
Yeah.
too
So
about certain games. Yeah.
there was definitely some where I was just like, why are we doing this? But one thing I noticed, like, so what I did was I went through lots and lots of people trying to get clips of them seeing our trailer in the thing. So I watched a lot of co-streams of the showcases. Um, what I found interesting from hearing it from streamers is how annoyed they got at a lot of the showcases using streamers to announce the games and taking because they all took up a lot of time,
Yeah.
like introducing themselves, like kind of doing their plug and then
Yep.
a thing. I'm not like I've streamed before, but I wouldn't at all class myself in the content creation category. So curious as to what like your thoughts on that are. Like if you were put in that position.
Well, so
Yeah.
if I were asked to do it and to reveal a game, I don't know if they were told, "Hey, plug your stuff. You're allowed to," and that's that. I wouldn't just go to. I'd be like, "Hey, my name's Ronnie Crazy. I'm a content creator. I'm here to show you this." Like that would be my plug. I do feel like some people they kind of took it upon themselves to
this is my one shot.
Become the main character when the game they're showcasing was supposed to be the main character, you know?
And I feel it's very weird because like you're like they're doing that to do the cross promotion, to do all that stuff, and they want people to do that. But if it's making the overall experience worse, because like realistically, we've had somehow conned hundreds of thousands of people to watch hours in a week of adverts.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to from being that kind of a person myself, a creator, to I did find it. I don't want to say cringy, but it took up a lot of valuable time.
I'd say jarring.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it, for sure.
Ruined the flow of some of the showcases that I saw. Of when I watched the Xbox and when I watched the Summer Games official, like there was a good flow, and anytime there was someone speaking about like their studio or their thing, like it was so intentionally put in that it still flowed. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was a part of the full production.
Yeah, it was part of the full production.
Something.
So I guess that's where the jarring part comes from me.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of them where it felt like we halted. Like I should have stepped away. If I was going to step away at all, I could have, because I wasn't going to miss anything. And again, it was like taking the spotlight and putting it over here for a second when it should be over here.
Well, I saw a bunch of co-streamers like muting, like game announcement done. Streamer came up just saying like, "Hey, I am streamer." Blah blah blah. They would just mute it straight away until the next game thing came on. And they would talk to their audience and stuff. I'm like, if that's what people are feeling the need to do, that seems like it's not doing the showcase isn't doing something properly.
I think that's a little on the extreme side. I think that's more like I'm not going to let somebody promote on my stream, but if that is how people and if you were watching some co-streams, if that's how.
So I don't think it was. I'm not going to let someone promote on my stream. I think it was very much, it got old very quickly for some of the people.
That makes sense. I think if it's getting to that point, then yeah, maybe some of these showcases need to revisit the idea of that. Or if they're going to move forward with having content creators present stuff, limit it to what they're
limit or give like you have 10 seconds, you need to hit these points. You have 3 seconds for your whatever, or however long. I don't know how long it takes to do these things, but like if they all follow the same thing, so you can get that nice like this is feeling cohesive, this is feeling produced.
Yeah, I mean it would be easy to streamline that too. If you're thinking about it from a production standpoint, like if you have 3 seconds to present yourself, 7 seconds to talk about the upcoming thing, dude. Lower thirds, we got tickers. Hey, I'm Ronnie Crazy. I'm a content creator. Check me out on these platforms. I'm here to show you this. It would be pretty easy to streamline that, make it a little more bearable.
Yeah, if everyone had the same, because I think that was the biggest thing, is like everyone had a very different way of doing it, and it probably needs to be, here's the format.
Yeah, I mean, someone saying, I'm a horror content creator, play community games, this, and that.
Yeah, actually, like there was someone, and I think this is very valid, who got annoyed anytime someone said that they were a variety streamer. They're like, everyone's a variety streamer. It kind of does mean nothing now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
It's
I just feel like I'm a gaming focused content creator. Like, that's it.
Which do you even need to say that you're on a game showcase?
I don't know. Lots of IRL.
You're not going to get like fitness influencer X showcasing.
A lot of fitness. It's funny you say that. A lot of fitness influencers play Elden Ring and Dark Souls. I don't know why. I see bodybuilders all over it.
The new Nintendo sports game, and that they get fitness influencers to do that. Like, that crossover makes sense.
That would be funny, and it would make sense.
The fittest I've ever been is that damn Wii boxing.
I was gonna say, I am a tennis fanatic now. Just
Good times. All right. Well, before we get into actually diving into some of the actual games, you can review us on a bunch of platforms. Ronnie, do you know the platforms?
Oh, we got Spotify, we got Apple Podcasts, we got Stitcher, we got YouTube Podcasts.
We do have YouTube now. Yeah, wow.
And Pocket Cast.
You can see our faces for those who
Yes. I don't know, anywhere
haven't
else?
been scarred this week. The horror showcase wasn't this week, but you can watch us on YouTube if you feel like you missed out on some horror.
Yeah. I think that's all you places you can review us on, and come and check us out. We're all over the place.
Reviews and comments super help. Feedback helps. Let us know.
Yeah, and if we like your comment, we'll talk about it on the show, and we'll debate you or agree with you, or I don't know, something.
I think Skyrim is a terrible game. Tell me why it isn't. I'll tell you you're wrong.
I never beat it, so I can't.
All right, let's get into what we enjoyed. What games? I guess like me and Ronnie both have a list here. Let's go one each. Your list is much bigger than mine. Oh, you've got one that I can't believe I didn't put on. I think
take it. My list is bigger. Take it.
It's Guild Wars 3. I'm going to put that right at the top. Just to talk about.
I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to do something there. All of us. We're going to go crazy.
Guild Wars 3. What I love about it is they announced it, and then they did their 45-minute deep dive on IGN, GameSpot, insert wherever they did it. But like it's going to be a single price again, no subscription. The thing that like made me so excited about that is, one, I love the Guild Wars world. They've done a great job there. But two, like me and my friends were like, one of my friends was like, oh, I don't know if I can get into another MMO. I'm like, oh, look, neither can I. But there's no subscription. We can just take our time on it, like we do with Guild Wars 2. And he was just like,
free, but
yeah, actually, yeah, we'll just play it when we can. I'm like, yeah. Exactly. Like, I'm like, what a novel experience.
Right. There's no pressure to stay involved at any point. If you get busy, if you get something else that you're playing, you can come back whenever you want. It's making me want to play Guild Wars 2 again.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go do some World v World on Guild Wars 2. I've exhausted the stories.
I haven't played it since it first came out, so it would be all new to me again.
I think it's weird. I think going back into it now, the only problem I would have is they've got so many new things that are coming at you that it makes the first time user experience pretty bad. But the content is great.
Which I think is why WoW did what they did, because there was so much content. They had to streamline the process for everybody where choose how you
experience. Which then ruins the content, which is...
Yeah.
You just need to not add so much weird stuff. But yeah, Guild Wars 3, I think it's going to be really, really good. And
do you know if it's going to be a continuation of story or if it's going to be its own?
It is a prequel, so it is set 2000, 1000, insert amount of years before Guild Wars 1, where magic is just being introduced to the world.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I haven't read too much on it. I've just watched their thing on it. It sounds really cool.
Do we just switch our focus to MMOs after that? I don't know.
No, I don't want to get into other MMOs. Like Aeon 2 got announced, and I looked at Caitlin when we were watching it. I was like, no one, like Aeon 1 just was awful because it was just like, hey, do you want a generic MMO with flying? And then they did the same thing again. I was like, haven't you done this already? And why do I care?
I'm not on board with new MMOs. Guild Wars 3 is going to be an exception because they've always done right in so many regards.
Well, they genuinely seem like they respect their players, which is like a novel experience.
Yeah. But like I mean, we've been hurt before, especially with we talked about Ashes of No, that happened since we haven't been podcasting. The Ashes of Creation debacle with it becoming a scam.
We're going to give it 1 minute now. It was supported by terrible people, made by. I don't think it was made. I think the intentions were there at the start, and I think a lot of stuff just got away from them.
Yep.
Which does happen.
I'm glad there were about 4 or 5 times where I thought about buying one of the supporter packs, spending $200-$300 to get alpha access, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Something in me just kept stopping me.
And that's good. I am so on board now with like if anything's charging extra for alpha access, I'm like, I got games to play. I can wait. Like I'm not gonna get FOMO. Like I'm just so done with FOMO. I'm teaching Archer about it as well. Like
that's why
sometimes his friends get things, and I'm just like, look, these companies have designed things to trick you. Do you want to be tricked, Archer? He's like, I don't want to be tricked. And he has gotten so good at like, no.
They get me.
See this is Ronnie. You don't want to be like Ronnie.
Don't be like me. Don't fall into it. Like I said, that's why I'm kind of proud of myself for not buying into that. Yeah, it's a tactic nowadays. But yeah, Guild Wars 3. We're gonna play it, so play it with us. Game on my list. First game on my list of God of War, La Fey. I think that's how you say it. La
Fey. I still don't know, but it looks cool. Everything but the gelatinous cube.
Yeah, the cube is kind of weird. I need more context on the cube, but everything about it makes me want to play it because of the other God of War games. I like what the fans were doing, which was taking cutscenes from Ragnarok, putting it next to it. Some of that looked so cool, and how close and how intertwined it is makes me want to experience it. I think the combat looks great. Her being more agile, being able to jump around, do acrobatics and stuff while fighting. I think if they do it right, it's going to be really satisfying. So I'm really excited, and I like the stories. The newer God of Wars, the Norse God of War games they've been tearjerkers for me. I don't know if this one will be as much because I had that feeling of connection between Kratos and Atreus because of my son. Maybe that's what did it. But
I think it'll be a pretty emotional. Like there's gonna be a bunch of stuff about loss because she's in the gods' underworld or the afterlife. I don't know what they're talking about, but there's definitely going to be a lot of stuff about loss and coming to terms with it and stuff. I think it'll be
I'm
very
excited.
emotional for a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about you?
So that was God of War. I will play it once I play the Ragnarok one. The second one is that.
I'm telling you, so before we move on, what I've told people that talk about God of War is it's one of my few games where it's like even if it's not the kind of game you like, you should play it. Play it on the
I definitely want it. It's that time thing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like it's not a small game.
No, yeah. I mean, I was just saying, even like play it on the easiest difficulty. Don't do the side stuff, even though a lot of the side stuff has a lot of great lore in it. Just experience the game
Yeah.
if whenever you get a chance. Whenever you find a lull in your gaming log, or you're looking for something to fill that gap, it's
Problem is, like,
definitely worth
lulls for me end up like, all right, I'm going to work on the games I'm making. Like, I
it.
get
Yeah.
so little time to play games. It
Yeah.
sucks. Fable. It looks pretty cool. I big fan of Fable 1, 2, 3, specifically 1. I watched their IGN gameplay reveal thing where like it was wasn't the actual questing and stuff, it was just like going around villages, how NPCs treat you and stuff like that, buying businesses. Like the stuff that made Fable a different RPG, they showcased that, which I think was the smart thing to do. Like we've all seen sword fight quest before.
I agree.
So I think that's good. It looks really good. It looks like, hey, you people that played these 3 games, that no one seems to have made anything like it. It's still got the same sort of humor. It still has the freedom of like you can go gift someone 1,000 gold, or you can kill all the town guards and everyone hates you. I like that. My only picky thing about Fable is that they're not doing the appearance based on your alignment.
Yeah, that was a choice for sure.
Which so many people loved, and it also, because they say it like, oh, it's just your appearance. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, because you had to be like, I don't want to look evil. I'm not going to do the bad. Like, it gave you moral consequences for something. Yep. And I'm so sick of people saying appearance like doesn't matter in, like, it matters. There's even like slight psychological things different skins mean in like competitive games, and that they may only be slight, but to say that they aren't doing things is
or shaping your decision making. Yeah, I do think that they should have kept that.
They definitely should. It's gonna be a big thing that's missing a part of that experience and that made those games unique. Because like they're not just doing good and evil, they're doing greedy or benevolent. They're doing generous, or like they've got like kind of like 8 ways of like how your personality affects. So like they could have had so many sliders that affect your appearance.
Oh, that would be
like that would have been
so
amazing.
Much possibility. Yeah. And it would have added to their replayability like tenfold. Mm-hmm. Like, what do I look like if I do this?
My one defense to them is they're saying like you can go to one town and be an asshole and go to another town and be good, and those reputations in those 2 towns will be different. So if they're trying to lean heavily on that, that does make what your character looks like harder. But I would go a step further to say what your character looks like when you go into town there should be some first impression system then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does this guy look like a greedy snob? Then he's probably a greedy snob, and that's the basis. So,
yeah, they could have worked with that for sure.
Anyway,
but the game's already been in development for how long? I feel like we're at the point where they need to put it out pretty soon.
Yeah, it must be close to finished. It's coming out next year. It's been worked on for, I don't know, since the dawn of the century.
Yeah. All right. Another game I'm looking forward to just because of scratching a nostalgia itch from the PlayStation days, Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Seems like half of your list is scratching a nostalgia itch there, right?
Listen, yes. Onimusha was a really fun game back in the early PlayStation days, and I really liked the combat. I'm interested with the way that the games similar to this play now will have influenced the way that it plays in a modern setting. And I'm a big fan of katanas and samurais and stuff, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than I think it's going to be a fun play.
Not my type of game, but it looks fluid, and that's all I can really give that type of game. Of like, if it's not janky,
if the combat's satisfying, good. I'm sold on it. So,
which is my next one, Ocarina of Time. They can't fuck this up. Like I've gone back It was a few years ago now. But I tried to play Majora's Mask, which is the same engine as Ocarina of Time. And oh god, the jank of like when you try and roll and it's just not matching up. Like it's all based on that really weird camera angles and stuff. After being used to what we have today, it's so hard to play those old things because it's just like you press a button. I saw someone playing Assassin's Creed 2 and they were clearly facing a direction, they jumped and it just goes off to the side. And I'm like, you just can't get away with that stuff these days. But those old games are just like, you press a button, you have no idea what's about to happen.
It just blows your mind too. Just what?
Yeah,
definitely
so
didn't
like
do that.
The temples in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask like were fraught with that stuff. So I'm really keen to have this like sort of remake. Also show it to Archer. I hope they're not going to add or take much content. I'm like, I would love a faithful recreation with just modernized. I think I wouldn't hesitate to say that's what most people want.
I don't think they want something like Final Fantasy VII's getting. I think they want a faithful 1-to-1 2020.
I wouldn't say 1-to-1 because if you back in the day, like the overworld, like that, the fields felt really big. But if you go back now, it wouldn't feel really big, and you might need that sort of scaled out but not changed.
Okay, yeah, okay. So definitely not 1-to-1 in the sense of the scale of the game. I think it's just like the pathing and what you're meant to do and the quests and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely improve upon all of that. I mean, the Deku tree's got to be bigger. He's got to be just monumental, right? But
I apologize for any terribleness. I'm getting over a cold.
Yeah, I think we can excuse it. But I do think I think this is one thing that like Nintendo cannot mess this up. They can't. This is, I'm sure they've debated.
It's a big risk when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, as bringing out a new Zelda game is just like, you can do anything, and people are like, it's Zelda, we love it. But to remake this one is like, you either get this right or no one's going to trust you again. Well, it's Nintendo. People still trust it. But like, it can do a lot of reputational damage.
Yep, and that's what I was getting at. I'm sure this has been on the table probably for several years to, should we even try this?
I think they had to wait for the Switch 2, is what they've probably waited for.
And that would make sense for sure. And that's why I'm getting a Switch too.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for the
I said it. Like, this will be their biggest console seller. Outside of like people getting a Switch 2 because they want a Switch 2, this will be the biggest. Like, I wasn't sure I'm getting a Switch 2, but I'm buying Ocarina of Time and whatever console I need to play Ocarina of Time.
Yes, and that's where I'm at. And now I'm just hoping that there is going to be a Switch 2 Ocarina of Time edition, so I can get that.
Oh, they definitely will.
There's no world where there isn't one, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, on to our next thing.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
We can go on about Ocarina of Time.
I want to.
We got a lot of stuff to go through.
A Cuphead sequel has been announced in development, which is awesome because Cuphead was great. I didn't play the DLC for Cuphead 1. Definitely going to go back and play it before I play the Cuphead sequel. And then
it's
obviously
not a long game; it's just a hard game. So if
it's difficult.
I think you're much more talented to twitch the verbiage, not the platform, like reaction-based gaming than I am. So I think you'll do pretty good.
I didn't really struggle too hard with the original, so it was fun.
Me and Kaylin have had some bosses where because we're playing through it right now, and we've had we kind of sit down for an hour or two after we've done everything else, and we'll just play some Cuphead on the same screen. And there have been nights where we just tackle one boss, and it's just over and over and over and over and over again.
I mean, it is Souls level difficult, so it's hard, and the mechanics they're all unique mechanics for all of those bosses, and you got to learn it. It's a trial and error thing. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested
Absolutely.
to see what new stuff comes in the sequel, because that's a lot. That's another big thing to take on, to make something completely unique in the sense of all the new gameplay and bosses, and to keep it as difficult as the original too. And then they
Yeah.
also are working on a SNES style
I saw that.
adventure game. Yeah,
I'm very much less interested in that. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just much
Yeah.
less interested.
I'm definitely more on board with the sequel than the Mighty Cuphead adventure, but it does look like it would be fun. Hopefully, it's not a $40 game.
I have to imagine they're going to do this like bundle thing or something. You hope.
You
never
would
know.
think they will, yeah. But yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, we're playing through Cuphead 1 right now. Great timing, to be honest, it was.
Yeah,
It was really funny, actually.
I need to play it again, and it's
yeah,
got co-op. So when I played it, didn't have co-op. So maybe I'll bring somebody along.
Wow, I thought I had co-op for a very early time, but fair enough. RuneScape, Dragon Wilds. I've been eyeing this stuff for a while. What I've been doing with a lot of these, Enshrouded the same, is that I'm waiting for 1.0s on these.
Yep,
I don't
we're
have
on the
time
same
to play
exact
them
page.
twice. I just don't have the time, and like these, they're not small games. So I'm like, all right, 1.0, and if they get expansions after that, I'm probably just going to miss them. So like 1.0 is the time that I'm playing, which is also a bit arbitrary because like what game 1.0 actually meant anything recently? Like it's kind of just a big marketing push.
Yeah,
That because they released content before, they released content after. Like what?
yeah, it's like they
What is
determined
1.0?
that one of these updates that they're going to release will be the 1.0 update, and it won't be any monumental update. It'll be okay. We're pretty bug free and feature rich. Here you go.
Valheim, at least like their 1.0 was like we've got every biome done. Like that sort of made sense. Power Worlds 1.0 is like, all right, we're opening this tree, but also you know that they're gonna update more biomes and just add more things afterwards. So what's the?
Yeah, like a little less
But yeah,
impactful.
Dragon Ball is like it looks really good. I've heard the building's really great. The fighting feels really fun. It's kind of like a no frills. You get what it says on the box, and that just entices me. I think.
I do like the idea of it being more streamlined in terms of a survival crafting type game too, where like I'm gonna throw my axe and it's gonna go through 10 trees and come back to me. Like
Yeah,
that's pretty cool to me. I haven't played it, and I was like you, waiting for that 1.0. Same with Enshrouded. Is RuneScape Dragon Wilds, do you know if it's procedurally generated or if it's a static world?
Oh, you're asking me two hard questions.
Well,
Let's
the
move on to
reason-
Mortal Shell, and I'll tell you in a sec.
Okay, I was going to say the reason is because Enshrouded is static, and that's why I'm waiting specifically. Yeah, but Mortal Shell 2, if you played Mortal Shell 1, it's a Souls-like third-person action game. Mortal Shell 2, it has a demo that we can play. I haven't played it yet. I just really like the first one. I liked the combat style of the first one. I'm hoping that Mortal Shell 2 is more of the same with more improvements. Being able to, like specifically harden your body for an incoming blow and stun them out and then attack, getting knocked out of your body and having to get back to it before you get hit again or you're dead. Like, it was a really cool concept, and I'm hoping Mortal Shell 2 capitalizes on that and improves on it. I don't have a whole lot other things to say. It was a decent story. One wasn't incredible, but it was a decent story. So
I do like when something just is solid and they come out with the next thing. You're like, I only want 5% of this changed. I don't need you to reinvent the wheel.
Yep. Give me a new story, maybe
really
a couple
appreciate
new weapons.
Do that.
Yep.
Because there are so many times where I feel this way with God of War actually. Like I don't think they reinvented the wheel once. They're just like, all right, it's the same game, different story, like different abilities and bosses because that's what the story needs. but
Right.
like we're not adding town building or something. Like, some games just go out there with just like, all right, you're the hero, but also now you run a magical inn on the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, insert like crazy things here. To go back
new
to
adventure with
RuneScape,
some new weapons and stuff.
yeah, to go back to RuneScape, completely handcrafted world, which people actually say is very good. It is a very well done thing. It's not procedurally generated, which
Okay.
I think like you lose replayability, but I don't want replayability for a lot of these things these days. I prefer like something that feels amazing.
Yeah, and you feel like you've completed it and you're not missing out on anything. You get procedurally generated worlds, you might feel like, what if my seed wasn't as good as it could have been?
Yeah,
Like, did I even thrive? No, and also in the sense that there are so many games coming out, we need to be able to mark something off as done and move on.
that's where I'm at. Absolutely. Stronghold 4. Did you ever play any Stronghold games?
No, I've seen them. They're fun looking.
Yeah. Oh my god, love them. They again, I don't think they're reinventing too much here. It's very modernized compared to. I played a lot of Stronghold 2. I dabbled in Stronghold 3, and this seems to capture because there's Stronghold Crusader, which is I think much more tactical, whereas this is much. I don't want to say simulation-y, but like there's you're managing things other than just an army in the Stronghold non-Crusader series.
Okay.
And I like that. I like that kind of like back and forth of managing your people, getting food stuff, and building up a little town while trying to defend it and do some cool things. So it looks cool.
Yeah, I haven't played a game like Stronghold in quite some time in a larger capacity than like a first impression. Not for lack of liking them, just
we had like a little group that played Stronghold 2 a lot, and like I don't play games with those people too often, but everyone's like Stronghold, like, well, we're gonna get this, like, have some matches, like the old times. The difference then though, Stronghold 2 we played. We were landing. We were all in someone's house playing, and that did add to the feeling. Whereas I think now, I think the hardest part with that nostalgia of landing is like now someone's just like, oh yeah, we're playing, except they're off making dinner, and someone else is doing something like because you don't know what they're doing, and not everyone's heart's always in it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Next on my list is Final Fantasy Resonance, the first Final Fantasy in HD 2D.
Dumb name.
We've got games like Octopath Traveler 2, Live Alive, Triangle Strategy. Those are all in the HD 2D format from Square Enix. Now we're getting a Final Fantasy in that format. It looks fun. A lot of people are saying it's basically Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I can see it. I'm really excited, obviously for the combat system, but the cinematics look really interesting to me. It was like a high definition pixelated animation style, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know much about the story. I know that we're going to be able to call on main characters from Final Fantasy games, like Cloud and Zidane and all of that. I'm interested to see what it's like. I don't know what to expect, and I'm sure we'll find out more soon before it comes out.
I don't know if I'm
22nd.
Unique in this, but I feel like when you make something that you can pull from all these different worlds, it cheapens every world. It doesn't strengthen it.
Yeah, it's weird how they're doing it too. It's like you're not using them. Like you're just doing a move and then they're like gone. Like their spirit. It was showing like their spirits like behind the character. I don't know how they're gonna play that. The one thing I did find odd, and I've seen a lot of comments on it, is that when they do their attack, it's like they overlay a full HD 3D animation of them doing a move that kind of feels jarring and out of place.
Yeah.
And
we've gone too far in the HD.
Yeah, we're not HD 2D anymore. It looks a little out of place, but I don't know. If we get to see some more gameplay later on, I might be more convinced. But
let's go on with you. next game is very related to this last game.
Yeah. On the Final Fantasy train, the last entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series was announced as well, Final Fantasy VII Revelation. So we're getting the conclusion to the reimagining of Final Fantasy VII coming spring of next year, and I'm going to be embarking on the journey to play all three at the beginning of the year or early in the year. It looks good. I didn't play Rebirth yet. I got my collector's box sitting right back here. We'll be breaking it out and playing it. It looks great. I'm excited. I don't know what to think or expect. So,
I think for people that want that experience, they're gonna love it. And what more can you ask for?
Yeah, and they said they took a lot of the feedback from Remake into Rebirth, and then a lot of the feedback they got about Rebirth into Revelation, and streamlined the game a little more because Rebirth was like a.
Are they going back and updating
fest.
the other ones with those things?
No.
See, that's what I
don't think so.
really don't like is they've taken this one game and then they've made 3 different quality bars. They've split it up into.
And they've even openly said that, like they took Remake and then they changed the combat and improved it into Rebirth, and they're going to do the same thing. So it's like you are going to get 3 different experiences,
which is a very disjointed thing for one story arc.
That's what happens though when you announce it in 2012. Then you release one in 2019, and then you release the next one in 2024, and then you release this one in 2027. There's too much of a time gap for it to be consistent.
Yep, you're right.
We've gone from Final Fantasy games coming out every year to every 7 years. I don't know.
Yeah, they just need to talk to the 2K team. They bring out a new basketball game that's exactly the same as last year's every year. 0 improvements.
Yeah, let's do that.
If anything, they make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Star Wars Galactic Racer. I am so keen because I remember me and my brother playing on Nintendo 64, the old Pod Racer.
Racing.
And it just looks like that, very modernized. I played the remaster Pod Racer one that they released on Steam, and I don't even think it was remastered, sorry. It was more just... We got it working on PC, guys. You can buy it.
The port is launchable.
Yeah.
No, so, it looks really interesting.
I enjoyed it, but I'm not a big racing.
I'm not
fan,
anymore.
But
I used to be.
I love Star Wars. I think this will be really fun. It looks like they're doing a lot of the pre-episode 1 like Sebulba stuff.
Is it going to be online? Because it looks very story-driven from the trailer that we saw.
I don't know if they're doing online play as well. They'll definitely have online multiplayer because it's a racing game, but I think it's going to be like Horizons and stuff where there's there is a... It seems to me like there's going to be a very here's your career mode, story mode, whatever you want to call it in that type.
Yeah, that's what it all looked like to me. So.
Which is what I would want from a Star Wars inspired racer. I wouldn't want here's your Star Wars skinned Forza. That doesn't interest me.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure.
So
yeah, I'm excited.
Looking forward to that.
Great.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be. I just hope it's fluid. Don't make the racing janky because if anybody is familiar with
it didn't look it from the stuff that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if anybody's familiar with pod racing, there are a lot of moving parts on all of these different racers. They need to look and flow well. And the trailer looked great, so
it did.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Next for me, a game that I'm interested in is Castlevania Belmont's Curse. It's not a full, I don't know, is it? It's not a full 3D Castlevania. It's a side-scrolling platforming Castlevania, just like the older ones. But it has the
2.5D?
Yeah, 2.5D. That's it. Yeah, it's got that HD treatment and looks really good. And it's made from the team that did Dead Cells. They did a collaboration with Castlevania in Dead Cells, and it looks like they impressed so much that Konami was like, yes, make our next game for us. It looks really good. I'm really excited.
I reckon that'll go really well. I didn't realize it was made by the Dead Cells team.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's very flashy looking, and again, it looks fluid. in games like this,
That's not
there's
the
gotta be
only thing
fluidity.
that I think a Castlevania game shouldn't look too flashy to me.
I mean, yeah, uh, I, I don't know how flashy it'll actually be, but the whip and the moves that you were using in the trailer, it looked, I don't know. I guess it does look a little flashy to me, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I just know, again, the Dead Cells team did great, and I think it's going to be good. I have faith in them. So even though didn't they do? Oh my gosh, Windblown, and I don't know how well that did.
I'm hearing about it right here, right now. I'm going to say, look,
I played it for 2.5
entered
hours.
the cultural zeitgeist.
I know it had bad reception at launch because it launched as a up to 3-player or single player, however you want to play it, game, and it was very much you're doing like roguelike runs, and I guess the game was so punishing that in co-op, and I think they already reworked that very early on, if one of your teammates died, you were then one shot. Game. Yeah, so I don't know how well that was received or how well it's done since release.
I'm looking at the reviews now, just the number of reviews. Like, it's a lot of reviews, but it's not what I would think for that team. Like, it definitely hasn't sold as well as Dead Cells.
Yeah, I think the punishing factor or the initial punishing idea of the co-op, like I said, if one of your teammates dies, you are now one shot. It was really weird. And I do think they reworked it, but it might have been
mostly positive versus Dead Cells overwhelmingly positive at 43,000 reviews. Like it clearly hasn't done as well.
But it was fun. Like I said, I played for about 2.5 hours, and it was really fun. Very fast paced, beat everything up. So I'm hopeful for the Castlevania game.
I'm shocked Silksong is not overwhelmingly positive.
Is it not?
Hollow Knight is. Nah, Hollow Knight is. Silksong's very positive.
Wow.
I reckon people think it's too difficult.
I can't. I have such a hard time weighing in on that. The game was
It's
difficult.
meant to be difficult. Like,
the game was difficult, but I didn't think it was overwhelmingly difficult at all. I first tried so many of those bosses, and maybe 2 or 3 tried some of the hardest bosses in the game, but I don't know. I thought it was incredible, and I want it to be hard too, so I think that influences me as well.
Yeah, so having like a quick look, a bunch of people. This is not the Silksong podcast, but we're going to talk about it because I love the guys.
We'll turn it into it.
The negative reviews I'm seeing are people saying like, "Oh, the game just took too long because it was too hard." I had to like. There was a few reviews I just saw that people were complaining that like learning the bosses just took too long, and I'm like, sure, but that's what it's meant to be. You can not like it, I guess, and that's why you've given it a negative review. But like, that's like me buying peanut butter and I'm allergic to peanut butter, and then giving a review saying like, "This gave me allergies." Like, of course it did.
Especially one of the biggest disappointments so far after completing Hollow Knight to 112%. That means they did the hardest content too. I don't think Silksong was that difficult. Especially since I started speedrunning it too.
I will say, like, watching you're the only person I've seen play the Sacred Acorn who didn't die.
I don't know.
You're not the godliest, best gamer in the world, but you have a natural,
I don't see myself as that either.
You have a natural talent for that type of reaction-based gaming, I think.
Give it
in that 2D style. Pardon?
Give it a couple more years.
Yeah, he's aging out. He's aging out. We can get him. Yeah. Anyway, the Dead Cells Castlevania looks good for your what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Less off topic, and I'll stop trying to do that. But no,
I do the same. So
we get off topic. That's the vibe. Spyro. They did the reboot announcement. Normally, I don't think this would be something that I'd pick up and play, but now that I've got a kid, this is going to be a great thing to play on TV with him that he's going to love.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be something that he can play, and when he gets to hard parts, he'll get me or Caitlin to do it. And Caitlin loved Spyro when she was a kid. I enjoyed it. I don't think I loved it as much because I was an Xbox kid, not a PlayStation kid, which is so funny to me that it was announced on the Xbox.
That is kind of
showcase. But like, it just looks like a really good game for that. And I was saying to you before the podcast, like, it's so good having something that's not like a Roblox or a Minecraft. Like, it just looks like a good family game that we can sit down and play. I don't have anything to add outside of that.
Yeah, I was going to say that Spyro was a nostalgic game for me too. I would be interested in playing it, and my kids are 14 and 19. I wouldn't play it with them. I'd play it for myself. No,
but you are less mature than your kids.
Yeah, I'll always be a more gamer centered person than my kids too, though. So
that's so weird because like Arch is already full gamer.
I mean, my kids are too. My son, but he plays Roblox. He plays Rocket League. My daughter plays a lot of like Undertale, Deltarune, really like some really bizarre games as well.
It sounds like she's going to be playing Unqualified then. She
would love Unqualified. I am certain she will.
Oh, send her the trailer.
I will. And get her to wishlist it too, and all her friends.
Every time Roblox is mentioned, what I have to mention, it is a terrible place for predators.
Yes, I agree.
For a while now, I know a few people that have been doing this. I am one of them. If any streamer that I follow launches Roblox and starts playing it, it's an immediate unfollow for me.
Yep, I am definitely off the Roblox. I've never been on the Roblox train, but I'm an advocate against it too. It's just not good. It's without going into a bunch of detail, you should know.
Ban people who were catching predators because it violated the terms of service. It's just like it's so far away from not reading the room. Like you're actively ignoring what's in the room.
Yeah. And enabling this terrible behavior. Like, yeah.
Just on a separate note for that, they're not getting in trouble for it, but like it's just super dodgy. They're trying to put into arbitration a bunch of people who were victims of stuff that happened because of the platform. They're trying to take it out of like a public courtroom because they don't want the bad PR. They're trying to handle it in arbitration outside of court.
Someone needs to just take them down. Roblox doesn't.
There's a lot of countries putting in some stuff. Governments move slow though.
Which we need faster results.
We do, but then if governments did faster results, you'll get what's happening in your country right now.
Oh, don't call it my country, okay?
Ronnie's pride and joy.
Yeah.
All right. Mine. What's next for you?
Next, we have Outward 2. Another very difficult and non-hand-holdy open-world RPG. Outward 1, you basically started off as a peasant who lived in a lighthouse, and you were getting kicked out because you didn't pay your rent, basically, and then you just become this hero.
Outward is the story of most Gen Z people.
Yeah. Outward 2, it's going to be a lot more of the same from what it looks like.
I'm excited.
An open beta now. I loved it. Me and my buddy Don Omega played it, and we were just two.
What, one or the open beta for 2?
One. We played 1.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
And we played the expansions for 1 too, and it was so fun. We were just two whack peasants just living our lives.
My favorite thing was it just made so much sense. You were a peasant And to get magic, you had to go to this thing and sacrifice some stuff, and you learnt magic. And if you didn't do that, you just weren't magical in the game. I was like,
Yep.
That was so cool to me.
And one of us did it. My buddy Don. He's the one that got the book and got his ley line thing set up and did all the magic. And I was the one that was just carrying a big old claymore and just swiping at stuff.
Yeah, me and Caitlin didn't get through it. Time. I'm going to go back and do it because I want to do Outward too because it's a fun game. The only thing that I will say about it, and I think what did hamper us getting through it is when we played it, there was a big lack of journal stuff. I don't mind having to work stuff out, but I hate if something's a one time or if I can't go back and be like, what have we seen? What have we looked at?
Yeah, there's no documentation.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. But we did play it close to launch. I'm wondering if it's better now.
They released a definitive edition that combined so many quality of life things and changed the game.
I reckon it's probably better now.
Yeah, and you automatically got that if you owned it. So
Sweet.
It'd be worth going back.
See ya.
I tell you one thing about Outward 1 that we found so funny that if anybody's interested at all, there was one point in the game where you go up and you go into this tower and it's all like electric based enemies. And then you go beat this boss who was pretty difficult. And then he's like, I am infinite. I'll never go away. And you get a prompt that you can say to him and we're like, we'll just come and kill you again. He goes, oh, what if you come back once a week and I give you stuff? And it was like, oh, so we're now getting hush money from this electric deity just so we don't come and beat him down every week. It was so funny. It's a cool game. You guys should check it out.
It's very well done.
RPGs.
All right, on to the next thing.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I've got one more to bring up that I forgot to put on the list, which is Amsterdam 1666.
Okay.
Which is, I believe, made by some ex-Ubisoft people, and they were like, hey, this style of Assassin's Creed crap can be so much better, and are doing that. It's like set, not like Salem witch things, but like it's set in that time.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Witch stuff. Old Victorian type of thing. It looks really good. Story-driven action adventure. I'm trying not to I'm trying not to look up too much of it because I think it's going to be one of those things that I want to go in as blind as possible. From what I've seen, it looks like it's got a cool feel to it.
Yeah, I had totally forgotten about that. It does look pretty good. I am keen to see more about that as well.
Yeah, just the type of game it is. It looks cool. Yeah, let's go through your list, and then we'll get onto my stuff, and then we'll get on out of it.
Beast of Reincarnation is coming soon. I think August. Which is from Game Freak, the people that brought us all of our Pokemon games. Well, most of them. I shouldn't say all of them.
Which bothers me because it looks so high fidelity, and like, are they not allowed to?
That's what I was going to get at. Is like, I want to see what this studio is capable of. And then I want to be upset that we're not getting it in Pokemon games.
I don't understand.
They've got to be under some kind of contract with Nintendo.
Is their contract like you can only have 3 people working on a Pokemon game at a time? That is it.
It's either that or, hey, we know you've got the technology and you've shown us all this potential. Let's wait until the games stop doing so well. Let's wait until people start to give up. Family Guy skit
is like, we've got the technology, but we don't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah. Feels...
That's Game Freak making Nintendo games.
Yeah. After the initial reveal of Beast of Reincarnation, it felt like it was almost a slap in the face. Like, what are we doing? You're about to come out with this monumental-looking game, and then we're going to get another Pokemon Violet. I don't know. It looks good. I'm keen to see what it's like and then be upset. Yeah.
Whatever answer I get for why the games are so different is still not going to make sense in my head.
It won't. And then I got 4 real quick ones. These were all from the Frosty Games showcase.
Shout out Frosty Games first.
Yes, big shout out to Frosty Games, the New Zealand Australia game showcase. Cloudlings, really cute, but also pretty intense looking. Sky, like cat management world building simulator. And then they start getting captured and beat up and enslaved and stuff. Looks pretty intense. Looks cool though. Atlanta TD, awesome looking strategy game.
Some of the 10-minute games. I know the founder Neil, great guy. Atlanta TD, just like he's a passionate guy. I on a very side note, like he is like so involved with like his kids' sports stuff, and I won't go into it here, but like, oh my god, like what a treasured human. And
well, I actually might be reviewing that game soon, so I'm really interested to check that out. It looks fun. Looks right up my alley. Sludgeoneers looks insanely fun too. It looks like it'll be a pick up and put down game. And then Wild and Chill, and it really looks super chill. Like you and your dog just going across the world, checking things out, hanging out. Building a campfire and resting by the water. Looks really cool.
I saw this mentioned on your stream, just on the Frosty Games Fest. Is like everyone. It's like, is Australia and New Zealand okay? Like, apparently our games are...
Some of them look pretty dark. Yeah, some of them look pretty off the beaten path. And it was like the artwork just made me think that somebody was going through it.
So I think us and Canada have very large game funds. So much more riskier experimental stuff gets started here because there is funding to do so. Whereas I've talked to some devs in the US, and the US probably makes, like, for Western cultures, the most games out of anyone. And when I say funding to them, they're like,
funding?
Kind of look, yeah. Like,
what, like a Kickstarter?
You guys are getting, it's that meme, like, you guys are getting paid for this? Like,
well, yeah, what is it, Screen Australia?
Screen Australia, then, so we've got the federal one, which is Screen Australia, so that handles the whole country, and then each state has their own funding as well.
Yeah, I think that would make sense why people just take bigger risks. And not just bigger risks, but do what they feel here and not what they think is going to just succeed. So, yeah. And I think that's what was kind of like making us say, or making, some people be like, are they okay? Well, no, this is what they're feeling. This is what they want to make. So, yeah.
Where just full drop bears. To my downer notes of Summer Games Fest, seeing the Halo remake, I just don't feel like we need it. I think the latest Halo games, people are pretty done on Halo, and it felt to me like Xbox was just being like, Microsoft/Xbox like, hey, look, this game's still like, yeah, we still make cool Halo games.
Well, especially since like this is supposed to be a remake, like from the ground up remake, but you had the Master Chief Collection come out in recent years, which was all of them in upscaled HD stuff. So, man.
I'm just talking to a child.
Sorry.
It's like 1 a.m. here. So good.
Yeah, I don't think we needed it. I don't think people were even asking for it.
Give me 2 seconds.
And also, yeah, like I said, the Master Chief Collection, I think, is what everybody was satisfied with, getting those original games in a better upscaled texture. I think that's about all we needed.
Yeah, definitely. Which brings me on to my next thing of things I don't think we needed is I really enjoyed Among Us, but story mode to me, like, it just immediately felt like we didn't know what to make. Let's make this.
And then companioning with a TV show too.
I think the TV show will be funny, but not like, if it's on, I would watch it. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to. The cast looks really good. Again, it's just like we had so much money. We're doing what
Right.
we can with it because we can. I don't think it's.
I mean, they held on to the original title for so long. Excuse me. And people, they still eat it up. So I'm sure, yeah, they're ready to take some risks too.
Like their success is well deserved. Like that game genre, they mastered it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the updates they've done to that. For the most part, there was a while there because they tried really hard to make it like really accessible for a large amount of people, and because of that, lots of people were getting banned. I know there was one time where a bunch of streamers were getting banned because they were swearing in their private lobbies. It's just like, come on. Like,
that's pretty intense.
Yeah. So
those should be
like,
unregulated.
I mean, if you're playing with your friends, like,
yeah.
But yeah, those two. There's definitely a few other things where I was just like, what do we need more of this? But those two stood out to me. Of like, they're probably going to sell. Actually, Halo 1, I think they will be. They probably have a target in mind for how much they'll sell, and it's not going to hit it. For Among Us, I think it will, just because it's Among Us. But I would have hoped they would have done some other projects. Now, I will give it to Outer Sloth. They are doing some great stuff in the indie funding space. They've taken their money and they're funding other things. So that's great. They're not just throwing it into their own stuff.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've got like one of the best funding deals around, from my understanding.
Well, that's cool then. All right. That's our long-winded return.
Yes. You can review us on a bunch of things, which is Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podcast, and YouTube. You can't review us on YouTube, but you can comment on the video.
Yes, you can. And again, if you comment, we'll most likely talk about it and have something to say. And it really does help us, and we appreciate everyone, listening, watching, engaging with us. It means a lot.
Oh, it does. Yeah, and I think we're going to try and go back to our fortnightly release schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I'm much more inclined to make it a bit more. We were trying to hit all the new releases, which I'm going to move this to the next thing. I did want to talk about Steam's new changes to their upcoming thing, but we'll talk about it next episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that at the top. Yeah,
it's all good. Like Summer Games Fest was Summer Games Fest. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot to tackle, and we even had to cut into that pretty heavily just to fit it into what we want to be around an hour. We're a little over that. But yeah,
we're back. Comeback episode, Summer Games Fest episode.
Yep, it was a good time to do it. Life was lifing for both of us quite a bit there. We took a little hiatus, but we're back. Yeah, we're trying to do fortnightly releases.
I've got High Winds. I've got an update to Sacred Acorn. I've got Unqualified, which is a lot of work on today. That's
Luminous, yeah.
I've got Luminous Jigsaw Puzzles. I am the busiest I've ever been.
And it was his idea to start this back up. So we're dedicated. We're here.
I have a problem.
He has to be busy. He's a machine.
And you can see my problem in 2 weeks. Bye.